Hey everyone, my name is Mitch Dyer. This is Podcast Unlocked, episode 196. We are so close to episode 200. Joining me as always, Destin Legary.
Hi everybody.
Destin, we're alone today. There's no Ryan McCaffrey, there's no Marty Sleva.
It's weird.
There's no Sean Finnegan.
Yeah.
But we did get the Dark Knight of News himself, Andrew Goldfarb.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Speaking of so close, we're sitting absurdly close together for those watching on camera.
This is how we film.
This
is how we film.
Like there's so much empty space at this table, but I like it.
The table feels
It's because
really
of this.
unnecessary. Right?
It's this table.
That table?
Because I can't move out further.
Our podcast
Yeah.
setup is
It's
not
really
great.
annoying.
It's weird. Well, why don't we just get rid of that table?
Yeah,
Does anyone use that mixing board? Just get rid of that thing.
we definitely use it.
It's useless. It's a useless tool.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, welcome back. Is
I
this
work
your
here
first
again.
podcast?
No, I was on Beyond.
Okay, you did Beyond.
Beyond.
still do that?
I'll probably do Beyond. It's Wednesday. What if that was my new thing? I just took existing catchphrases, but then added like the day of the week that it currently is at the end of them. That's gonna be my new thing.
Beyond is
Brap,
Wednesday.
brap. It's Friday. Yeah, though I was on Beyond. I'll probably do MVC. I'm a podcast slut.
All right.
There
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
That was weird. I don't know why I said that.
Whatever.
I apologize. I'm pretty tired and settling in.
It's fine. That's
How's
good.
the apartment hunt going?
Not well.
Oh,
Everything's very expensive. San Francisco is just like the most expensive city.
How much worse has it gotten since you left?
Like, so I looked at a place in the building I used to live in, and it is a full $1,100 a month more as
Wow.
compared to my lease. My previous lease ended on April 30th of last year, so it's been pretty much exactly a year, and it's gone up $1,100.
That is insane.
Well, ostensibly, this show is about video games. So we
Is
can
this
talk about
not the apartment hunting podcast?
Sorry.
Sorry, did we not update you? No. That'll be next week's show. I don't want to derail you too
Okay.
much. But,
Yeah.
so Ryan and Marty are out of the office this week. They're at Judges Week, which is a sort of pre-E3 showcase where they're going to go see and do some top secret things. So this week we, as listeners of the show know, we've been soliciting emails for E3 predictions for the podcast. So today we're going to go over listener emails.
Okay.
And go through some podcast predictions.
Okay.
And kind of break down what people have to say, and then we'll have our own thoughts on these subjects.
Yeah, I have thoughts on subjects.
Topic number one, Andrew. Lots of people have thoughts about.
I have a question, but Mitch chastised me for going off topic. What is Judges Week? Do you just go there?
He just explained it.
I did. It's a pre-E3 showcase.
So
It's basically- okay,
It's
here's-
called Judges Week, though. Do you go there and rate things?
So
that you
okay,
see? I've
there are
never
people.
been.
The short version. This is like really inside baseball. The short version is that's basically like generally the editor in chief of a given outlet is the judge, and basically you get there. It's for like Games Critics Awards, I think
Yep.
it is.
Keighley
Jeff Keighley organizes it. Yeah, and basically you go. I think a requirement to be voted for is it has to be hands on. You see stuff usually under heavy embargo that is going to be announced at E3, and you get like your kind of first look at it. It's just kind of like honestly, it's really nice for the press because we can go and play a game and have like a week to write about it, as opposed to like being at E3, seeing something, and then there's no embargo, and you have like 10 seconds to get a preview and get coverage up. So it's just kind of a nice place to take a breath. But yeah, the short version, it's like in Santa Monica, it's a bunch of like hotel ballrooms where each publisher sets up, and you go and you see their E3 lineup and you play it. And
Is there like a ballot that you turn in like at the end of the week, or every day do you
for some reason I
vote?
thought you were asking about a ballet, and you were just pronouncing
Yeah.
it. Is there a ballet?
Does everybody dance at the
Because
end?
I said ballroom, and I was like,
What's the Games Critics Organization's
yeah.
ball like?
Whew, man, I'm tired. Yeah, I assume there's. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a judge, but I would assume that. Yeah, I mean, that's how voting works, right? There's some
I've
sort
asked
of
Steve.
ballot. At
Just
the
gonna
end.
pull him in a side room and be like,
I think Steve is our judge, right?
Yep.
Are we allowed to say that?
"Tell me about the ballots. What do they look
I
like?"
don't see
Yeah.
why not. Whatever. We're breaking all the secrets.
That would be
of
really
ours.
interesting if you said ballet as ballot, like if that was just a character thing that you did. Well, I mean,
say,
you're not
I
fictional.
say
but if
always weird.
you, always?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Always.
Do you always do it?
Always.
Yeah, always.
Um,
All right, enough
Can we get
derailing.
back on topic? You're
Enough
on a
derailing.
budget. We're trying to budget time for
I know.
you
I felt
today.
so bad, but I
And
was
now
so curious.
No,
we're
you were
so
you were
far
just
off.
so you were all giggly. I could just see it, like steam coming out of your ears. I like Destin. I missed you, Destin.
Why did I invite you here?
I don't know.
Topic number one for E3 predictions via the podcast Unlocked listeners, Andrew
Okay,
Goldfarb.
that's unlocked at IGN.com.
That is unlocked at IGN.com. Thank you.
You're
we
welcome.
have a lot of thoughts from people about a new Xbox One announcement, whether that is a bigger hard drive, a new model, a bundle. So let's break down some predictions. First up, we have Michael Johnson, who says, I predict that Microsoft will reveal a slim version of the Xbox One with a 1 terabyte standard hard drive that will be available this fall 2015. But it will have an interchangeable internal hard drive similar to the Xbox 360 Slim. Love the show. See you guys at Podcast Unlock 200.
I don't I mean, yes, storage, yes. Like I can totally see them having a 1 terabyte standard model available.
Everyone kind of needs to do that.
Yeah, like that I think absolutely. I just don't know why they would change the form factor. Like it's not like that's their problem, you know? Like I think the Xbox One is fine, like especially in an entertainment unit. Like I don't think anyone's like clamoring for a Slim or anything cuz it's also hasn't been long enough that like parts have gotten cheaper to manufacture or anything.
It's too big. I think eventually they'll come out with a Slim, not this year.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, eventually, undoubtedly, because, like it'll, things get smaller, things get cheaper to make, it gets easier. And I feel like traditionally you'll see like a Slim model come out like when some time has passed and they want like it's cheaper to make or, the internals got smaller and all of that. But it's like it's been 2 years. Like,
what if? So that was my point. It's been 2 years. I mean, I think the Slim was 3 or 4.
I mean, I guess like things like an switchable hard drive that's more easily accessible and bigger storage space do make sense.
That's almost necessary at this point, especially if we talked about the hard drive being too small in the show before. And I think that's
the standard one
would be
is
really nice. Like
crazy.
just being able to plug in a SATA hard drive would be awesome.
And it was and not a proprietary one yet. I mean maybe, right? Like I'm not saying it's impossible. Just it feels soon, but I guess you're right. Like 2 years is
I think this year they'll make the larger hard drive standard.
Yeah.
And then, later on we'll see a Slim version.
Do you think Microsoft would go as far as making a Xbox One like almost similar to the little tiny super slim guy, like the E unit they released? Do you remember this? It had no Ethernet, it had like no disk drive or whatever. Would they go as far as to make an Xbox unit that is smaller, slimmer, whatever, better form factor that is incompatible with Kinect?
No. I can't imagine them doing that. Maybe honestly, like I think
what could they take out?
I feel like they would only do that if they could make it like $200. Like if they could make it cheap that it's like an incredible and like kind of like the 2DS, kind of thing where it's like it's kind of this like lesser version that is very, very, very low barrier to entry. But oh man, like I don't know. Honestly, like I can't imagine them completely killing that functionality because, like, I don't know. They actually didn't they say like today that they're still committed to it?
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
To Kinect. Like I don't know. I would be surprised to see them entirely excise Kinect functionality, because it's a port. It's not it's not like the unit's included anyway.
I'd rather see them work on their operating system. Personally, it's just it chugs so much, switching between apps and everything. It just needs to be a smoother experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally agree. Abdul Suarez writes in and says, I believe Microsoft will be announcing a newly redesigned box to compete with Sony's sleek, stealthy-looking upright console with roughly 3 terabytes, giving reason to have a console worth paying $450 for, and an elite 5 terabytes somewhere in the $500 to $6 mark.
Man, I feel like at that point, just offer swappable hard drives. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't think that the PS4 is selling so well because it's a pretty box. Like I don't think the form factor is really the issue.
It just works. It's just
it's also price. Like it is the cheaper console. It is the presentation of the PlayStation 4 is all about games, and you see any ad for PlayStation, it's like, look how many games, look at the diversity, look at all these things you can get. PlayStation Plus gives you free games, free new games. It's a really appealing product.
It's the service. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like if they really focused on like 3 new models at 3 new price points, it would almost be missing the point, because I feel like that is not their issue.
That'd be a step in the wrong direction for Microsoft. I feel like people would be more confused about what to buy. It's just like, just make one model that works.
And I mean, I like his idea about having an elite version available that you can have like 5 terabytes in. But it would be nice if I could just do that myself with a 5 terabyte hard drive rather than spending $700 or whatever.
Yeah, that would be much more convenient. Taylor Hemphill writes in and says the Halo 5 bundle will come with the Halo 5 and Halo the Master Chief Collection, both downloadable. It'll have a 1 terabyte hard drive. We kind of got a little bit of this today. Microsoft announced an Xbox One Special Edition White Xbox One for $350 with the Master Chief Collection. Comes with a 500 gigabyte hard drive and no Kinect.
Man, a Halo 5 bundle makes sense.
I
guess they will get there.
That has to be. It has to be. But I don't know that they'll bundle Master Chief Collection in. This feels preemptive. Today's announcement about a Master Chief Collection Xbox One seems silly.
Yeah, because there will. Yeah. Like, why now? Especially like people who don't own an Xbox One yet, who are Halo fans. Like, I mean, I guess you could buy this now, play leading up to Halo 5, but I would imagine they'll just wait and buy it with Halo 5 though.
Yeah, that's what I do.
If you want to sell consoles, bundle Halo 5 with it.
And I mean, it's like the mainstream obviously doesn't think about this, but as far as like hardcore people, like they know that E3 is when price drops happen and when new models happen. So like I feel like this feels to me like that actually is the best evidence that maybe some kind of model change is coming, because they want to do a bundle now, clear them out, and then have the holiday bundle be whatever the new form factor is or the new hard drive size or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't want to have a bundle where Halo 5 is free inside of it. They want to be able to sell copies of the game.
That's true too. Man, I'm like all over the map today. I keep just changing my mind.
People are going to buy Xboxes when Halo 5 comes out.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That's what they're waiting for.
And it's like this is a good fall for Microsoft. Like they're poised to have like with Tomb Raider and Halo 5 and I don't know like
Forza 6. And,
seriously, like this will be a big year for sure.
Everybody knows games move hardware, not hardware.
And even if Call of Duty is not lead on Xbox One, even if it's not like DLC first, I feel like that audience, like it is so built into the Xbox DNA.
A lot of people have played with their friends for 10 years now.
Like they're not going to give up on it, right?
Yep.
Still going to sell super well. Stephen, with the most Italian last name I think I've ever read, Forgione. Stephen Forgione.
Good.
Halo 5 demo with Xbox One limited edition console will be revealed. If the Slim console is announced, it will apply to that Halo 5 bundle. The console will feature 2 controllers, a 1 terabyte hard drive, and maybe the Master Chief Collection for $500. So that's kind of like the best of everything we just discussed.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I mean, like, so that's, I would say I can totally see a Halo 5 bundle with a 1 terabyte hard drive and an extra controller. Like, that makes sense to me. I think that is more logical to me than, like, a Slim edition right now.
Yeah.
Couch co-op?
Just
if you're 2 controllers, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, sell the experience, sell the, because, games will move hardware. Like, sell, like, hey, get into our platform. That feels like what they need right now a lot more than like, hey, look at our sexy new box or whatever.
And I think you're going to see that on the PlayStation side. I think you're going to see that with Battlefront. It would not surprise me to see a Battlefront bundle with 2 controllers so that you can play like their big sell is like our multiplayer. Like we have the big multiplayer, but we also have 2-player same screen co-op. Like that's a big thing for them. So I think that you'll see that.
That makes sense.
With Halo, I'm less convinced because it is 4-player. It appears to be 4-player co-op in that campaign. So 2-player local makes less sense to me.
I get that.
Seems good. Any final thoughts on consoles? Like, would you guys buy a Slim console? Do you care?
No, because honestly, I would love to be able to switch hard drives, but I'm not going to buy a new Xbox for that.
If the OS ran smoother, I would. But my Xbox runs really poorly. Like it's a day one, and everything just chugs. Like I'm just like, this is not a
clear out that hard
slick
drive,
experience.
Yeah,
it's full.
It's disappointing. Moving on. Let's talk a little bit about Minecraft.
Ooh, I've heard of that
last year, I mean, Microsoft bought developer Mojang. They have Minecraft. They are the publisher of Minecraft on every platform. Now it's like it is now a Microsoft published product on PlayStation, on iOS, and all this stuff. So does it make sense for Minecraft 2 to come to E3? Does anyone see them doing a Minecraft product that is not just more Minecraft?
There will be a Minecraft product. I know that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does make sense, but I don't think E3 is the place for it. I mean, because there's Minecon every year. There's, I mean, like, and there is the Telltale game. So it's like, I wonder if they want to. I guess that's like serving such a different audience, I guess.
Course,
but,
Minecraft's also about investors, so I think they'll do something at E3, just to remind people, hey, we bought this for $1 billion or whatever we spent on it.
I mean, like, and that's the thing, like, that brand is so, they literally could just be like, here's a logo. Like Minecraft 2, like is enough. Like it could literally not even have like entered pre-production, but if they could just say Minecraft 2, it would be like a huge thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, like, I'm flip flopping so much. Actually, maybe that is a smart E3
Devil's
announcement.
advocate for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be on this podcast alone and argue with myself. Talk about real estate. I think, I think that is a pretty easy Megaton announcement. It just, I don't know. The thing about Minecraft is like, I don't know if you need it yet because it is still so successful.
The idea of Minecraft is that it is a forever platform.
Exactly.
I don't think you need a sequel.
Like, how do you, like, unless it was like a graphical change.
Like, do people want that though? The reason Minecraft's so great is because it can be installed on everything.
Yes, and you can do. The idea is that you can do anything in Minecraft. So why do you need a sequel?
Yeah.
But we did get a lot of feedback from people. Like one Serta says Minecraft 2 or a sizable amount of new patches or skin packs will be at E3, and I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah,
something with Minecraft, some kind of exclusive Xbox branded skins. I mean, we've seen Halo, Banjo-Kazooie, all this stuff. Like this stuff is constantly coming to Xbox. I think it's going to continue to be an important part of that ecosystem. But
Minecraft and Disney partner to bring you the Disney skin pack.
There is Star Wars
987 skins.
Oh my god. Well, that's the thing. Like they have so many of those already. That isn't. Yeah, I don't know. That's really interesting. The future of Minecraft is actually a really interesting question because I guess I've never really thought about the fact that like you can't make a sequel to Legos. You can't like it's like now you can use your imagination again. Like I don't know. It's just like
it's just expansions. I mean, you get different brand. Like if to roll with the Lego example, right? You get Lego Star Wars and there's Ninjago and there's all these different brands. Like even just like generic pirate stuff was really big for Lego.
And it's also not like because like if the Telltale game didn't exist, I'd be like, oh, maybe they'll try making it more of like a story-driven experience.
Thing, yeah.
But that's the point of Telltale. So I don't know. That's really, I think Minecraft, the cool thing about it is that like if they're going about it right, if they have an idea that is as simple as because Minecraft in and of itself is like a very simple core idea. If they can come up with a way to improve upon that we're not thinking of, then yeah, Minecraft 2 would be rad. But I just don't know how you sell a $60 console Minecraft game and make it a worthwhile experience.
Totally agree.
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think Minecraft 2 would kind of be a weird step for them. It's just like, hey, we made a sequel, and you need a better computer to use it. It's kind of like, so you're alienating that whole audience that doesn't want to upgrade their hardware.
Well, it's exactly, and it's like now it's like runs on Unreal 4, and it's crazy realistic.
like,
it's like that wouldn't be the same game. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a cool idea. Like God, like that would be a good way to steal E3 by putting that logo up, but then you have to actually make that game and figure out what it is. So.
Dan Giles has a different suggestion. He says he expects a big Minecraft announcement, maybe Minecraft 2, or a massive gameplay update and cloud servers for people, similar to Battlefield's rented server options, because that's a big thing that people do want on Xbox One. So making that available, giving them the space to build whatever they want with their friends in private servers. That'd be huge on console.
Well, and that's what's interesting is like, they've been pretty clear that like, yeah, they are continuing to publish on Sony platforms and iOS and everything else. Yeah. But it's also really interesting because that doesn't mean they can't
favor the Xbox.
Exactly. Like that doesn't mean they can't make the Xbox version the definitive version. And that would be awesome. Those would be big steps. That's a less sexy announcement, but it is the smarter announcement for sure.
What if it's not Minecraft 2, but like Minecraft planets, and you spawn on a random planet, and it's procedural?
No Man's Sky.
Well, basically, That segues a little bit into Jordan Campos' thought. He's expecting, he or she, I'm not sure if Jordan is a lady or a man, Minecraft side project, not Minecraft 2, will be announced. Maybe a Minecraft set on a different planet. This will be available on all platforms, including PlayStation systems and iOS.
Yeah, I mean, again, like that feels more like an expansion than a new game, but sure. Yeah. Like I think like that is how that sequel. I'm just not creative enough to think of what that sequel would be.
You need to play more Minecraft.
I guess so.
Open that mind
and make billions of dollars. I guess if I had the idea for Minecraft 2, I would probably be pitching it to someone.
Here's every Minecraft play session with me. I dig a hole, make that into a house, and then I'm like, I'm safe, I'm good.
I live in the underground. I'm a mole man.
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember like when Minecraft first came to Xbox, like I played with you and Anthony and someone else, and we just got lost in holes. Like, like none of us could get out.
Deliberately. Felt kind of bad about it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like that again feels more like an expansion idea to me. Maybe Minecraft : something.
Like some weird spin-off. But what do you? Like, it has to be. This is the thing.
And there's like gravity effects or something. Like it's on the moon.
That concerns me about Telltale's game is like they're doing a story game, but Minecraft is about the kind of emergent creative aspects of that game. So that obviously has to play some part in it. And I'm not smart enough to figure out how that's going to work.
Same.
So I already don't really care about Minecraft. I understand the appeal. I think it's awesome that it exists, but it's just not for me. So I'm excited for Telltale to be doing this, but I just don't know, like, are they going to cater to me who loves story or the Minecraft fan who just wants to build stuff?
Or both. I don't know. I think if anyone can figure that out, it's Telltale.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Let's talk about some surprise announcements people are expecting at E3.
But then they won't be surprises.
We're going to spoil them all right here. We got a lot of emails from people who are expecting a lot of announcements to end with, and it's available right now. So I wanted to lump all those together. Do you guys have any, before we go over this, and you guys sort of peeked at the list early on, so don't cheat it. Don't copy other people's answers.
I can't read. So.
Do you have, poor illiterate Destin, do we have any expectations for games that would be like, they announce it and it's available right now? Sony's done this a couple times. This is a big Apple thing, obviously, but do you think Microsoft has it in them to do this, to announce something at E3 and suddenly it's available for you to go play at that moment?
I'm so jaded, I don't think it's possible to not have had it leak. Like I
it's pretty close, yeah.
Legitimately don't know if you can do that in 2015. But I mean, sure. I think man, like what? Again, like Minecraft 2 can you even imagine if they were like Minecraft 2 and it's available now or something? Like, good God, that would be insane.
Our review editor would just lose his mind. Poor Dan.
Yeah, I don't know what franchises you could really do that with.
Well, we have some
other than like rare stuff.
I think it'd have to be a hardware-based thing, not software.
Like
because,
the consoles available now.
Yeah, because
that's what they did.
They're not going to get as many reviews. You know, just less coverage overall because it'll get lost in the E3 shuffle.
Yeah, so. I mean that's true. That's obviously people have done it. There was what was the Sony game last year with like the two birds entwined? Yeah.
I was trying to think of that the whole time, and just as you brought it up, I remembered.
We did it.
Yeah, or
This is
something
why
smaller. Like,
now half your brain's back. Yeah, I think like a smaller indie thing for sure. And maybe like a rare thing. Like I can see them trying to do something with like a dormant franchise
or a new system where you
yeah.
can like try games for free, something like that.
Something
I
like
could
that, like a
see,
service.
but
Yeah.
not like a major AAA game.
Well, because what does Microsoft have that's like? I don't think they like the thing with Microsoft is that their exclusive franchises, like, and not in terms of new IPs, but in terms of like established things, are so big and tentpole in AAA that it's like I don't think you can develop a 3-year dev cycle AAA game and surprise reveal it and have it be ready to come out that day. Like
I still maintain that Half-Life 3 we'll just wake up one morning and it'll be on Steam.
Yeah.
It'll just be there.
Well, that's because Valve is so quiet and secretive,
Yeah.
and also because someone has to be working on something.
I've given up on it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I just can't think of what that franchise would be. You look like you've a thing.
No, I said.
Let's
what
get
I
to some
thought.
listener
You're just smiling.
responses then.
Smiling, Destin.
Sorry.
Eric, whose last name I don't know how to pronounce. Lanuil? It
Laniel?
sounds Laniel. Eric says 343 and Bonnie Ross will make a mea culpa for the Halo Master Chief Collection problems and announce that Halo ODST will be available today for Halo
Ooh,
Master Chief Collection.
that
That's
would be a
smart.
smart one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
totally
good.
agree. I mean,
Yeah, he's smarter than us.
we know that this is coming. We know that ODST is coming for free for anyone who played Master Chief Collection before a certain date.
Yep.
So to have that available right then and there as they say it on stage would be great.
And they've been pretty quiet about it. There's been like 1 or 2 little updates, but yeah, that's really cool. Or even if they were like surprised, there's also Reach or whatever. Like just
yeah,
add
because
in
Reach
like
is coming.
yeah.
Or I don't know if it is.
Well, because it's not.
I
It doesn't
think-
count as Master Chief, does it? So it's like
Right, and that's why I'm thinking, like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it is, but because ODST is also not Master Chief,
Yeah.
Reach has to be coming. If it's not announced, I feel it probably is. I'm going to be dumb. And
yeah. There's so many people just screaming.
yeah,
at their-
like, you idiot,
Yeah.
they announced it on day
Yeah.
one. Yeah, but that makes so much sense. If it's not announced, they'll totally announce Reach at E3.
Reach is coming. They know.
Is it? Okay.
Oh wait. No, ODST is the thing they're
ODST
working
is coming
on.
for sure.
Oh.
Man,
Reach is the thing. They did say something about it though. About like it's either we're not working on that.
People are
think.
so mad at us right
they're
now.
so
Yeah.
furious.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Where's Ryan?
I'm sorry.
Ryan knows the
Yeah.
answers.
Yeah, that's what, the one screaming is Ryan. Like, Ryan's listening, he's like, oh.
Sorry, Dad. Matthew McFarland writes in and says Battletoads will be your you can download it right now moment. Samuel Jones agrees and says Battletoads is real and is happening and is released, will be released in a, it cut off? But Samuel Jones also agrees.
And will
that
be released.
it will be released, and it's available right now for download during the conference.
Yeah, I like those moments, and I always have. I think, you know what I really would expect to see, actually, more so than, hey, this game is out, is kind of like what Hardline did last year, where it's like,
The beta's
hey,
live.
the beta's live right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, like, you are watching from home, and guess what? You can play the game that you just saw announced. Like, that is cool.
I wonder
Rainbow
if-
Six Siege exclusive beta Xbox One. That could be big.
Did they have?
I don't know if that'll
feel like their
happen, but
beta
yeah.
is universal. Like they don't have a partner, right?
No,
Right now?
no.
Maybe they will.
I don't think Ubisoft really does that.
I don't
do
think
they?
Microsoft needs another.
I mean,
shooter.
Ubisoft has done, like, exclusive content for, like Far Cry and
but
Assassins.
never an
and-
exclusive beta.
The Crew.
I mean, they're... Yeah, maybe the Crew did something. I don't
really
think that
don't
was
remember.
exclusive, though.
Ryan's yelling at us.
I mean, Ryan's mad again. I
Sorry.
think they so rarely have like competitive or co-op things. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Unity did something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't work here that year.
Whatever. Not your job anymore. Except it is. Get it together. Nilius writes in, my main prediction and the one I'm most confident about is that during the Microsoft press conference, a new trailer for Fable Legends will be shown.
Ugh.
And just prior to moving on to the next game, it will be announced that Fable Legends will be free to download on Xbox One right now.
Good work.
That'd be great
Yeah.
because I know personally, like, we got a lot of emails about Fable Legends. People saying like, "Hey, why not 3 years in a row at E3? Forget it. Why not?"
Yeah.
It would be great if they said, "Hey, like we're done talking about this game." You
I
can just
actually
play it
forgot
right now."
about it, like, until you just read that
I thought it
question.
came out.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, I knew it wasn't out, but I just
that does
God.
not bode well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
played it
Yeah,
at-
I mean, that would be a great one to bring up.
played it at Gamescom like last year or the year before that.
Yeah, last
or maybe
September.
both times.
It was,
I think I
it
saw
was the
both
Gamescom
times. Yeah.
I was at with you, I think. So it wasn't last year, it was the year before, I think.
Okay,
I think.
maybe. But I saw it both years.
It's crazy.
So-
The Podcast Unlocked audience is really tired of hearing about Fable Legends. They all just really they want it to
So
come
let's
out.
talk about it more.
Yeah, they really want it to come out, not so it's out and they can play it, but so that nobody talks about it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because it seems interesting and I hope it's good.
Me too.
On a similar note, I feel like they could launch Smite during E3. It's in beta now, and I think is it open beta right now?
Yeah,
Or
it
is it closed?
just went open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might be something you could just say, hey, and it's out.
The thing with all these betas though is like I kind of forget when a game's released. Like Evolve had a bunch of betas.
Yep.
And then like
Is
it
it
came
out?
out,
I
and
don't
I'm
know.
like, all right, it's out. I'm not gonna play it
Yeah.
'cause I already
Yeah, it
played
can
it.
like I feel like that first beta gets everyone excited, but then you can overdo it for sure.
We'll get to that when we talk about Halo 5.
Okay.
Ooh, teaser.
Teaser. Finally, Yair Donan, he works for IGN Israel now. Do you know that?
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yair's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Yair is just an IGN.
Met him
super
at
fan.
isn't he like ripped now too? Like
Yeah, dude's super muscular.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
in
yeah.
the military.
that's rad. Yeah. Yeah, I met him
Congrats
at
on the
Beyond
muscles.
200.
Congrats on the muscles.
I think I met him at Beyond 200.
Yeah. Yair says they will close with Halo 5 and announce a second beta available right then and there.
Is that based on insider knowledge? If you want to
Yeah, right. Is that your scoops he's not sharing with us now?
he thought this was like emailing the editors and he said to unlock. I was like,
Hey guys, just a tip.
he's like, why haven't you reported on that?
So this is one that Ryan maintains there will be a second beta. I mostly support it because I think it'd be a good idea, but to the point of oversaturation, I do worry that having another beta would kind of exactly what you're saying, dilute the awareness.
You know people would love it
They
though.
need to
like,
do it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I think Halo is different because it's like a game like that where people are gonna pour like hundreds of hours into the multiplayer. Like I think it's worth it. Now, what would be cool would be if they could do something like all your progress transfers,
Sure.
or like make it a more meaningful beta in
I
some
think they
way.
had
Yeah.
something like that with
Exclusive
Halo 3.
gear or something like
if you were
that,
in the
yeah.
beta, you got a helmet. and
I
some
got a
stuff
cool
carried
hoodie
over.
for my avatar that says I played the Halo Reach beta.
See, he
Yeah,
knows.
just silly stuff like that would be a lot for fans.
Remember avatars.
Never forget.
So sad, so sad.
Mine was dressed like Songbird. It was pretty
Every
cool.
time I log
Was
into
it?
Xbox.com, my avatar looks super depressed.
I know. It reminds me of like going
Why?
back to like your Animal Crossing city and like everyone's dead. Well, that doesn't happen. In Animal Crossing.
Man,
Maybe I'm projecting a little bit of sadness onto that.
Jesus.
We have fun here.
Let's move on. Let's talk about the craziest E3 predictions that our listeners have. Before we get into that, does anyone have like just a straight up dumb prediction about like way out there, crazy ideas, something that might not even couldn't ever happen, but you think might?
I don't know. Announced that they bought Tomb Raider, and it is
Wow.
now forever exclusive.
That would be nuts.
That's not happening.
it'll
But
never
that's absolutely not happening. But
that
I'm
would
just,
be
I mean,
insane.
that's the level. The thing with Microsoft, right? It's like they have this weird. I feel like, myself included, it's hard to let go of the idea of Microsoft as like, we have a lot of money and we're comfortable using it. Sort of like that, like New York Yankees style, like we will use our money to make this happen kind of mentality. And so, I don't know, like I can see them having some crazy acquisition. Like Mojang was it, obviously, last year or whenever that was. But I think.
I think it was like 10 years ago by now.
Like 25 years ago, yeah. I remember came out of the womb and my mom was like just talking to me
It's
about.
like, good news, Andrew.
Yeah, though I can see it like closest I can have to a dumb prediction would be something like that. Them just being like, we bought this thing, and everyone's
Dustin?
like, whoa.
I can't think of anything major, but maybe something like Final Fantasy 14's finally coming to our platform.
Man, that would be cool.
You know, that'd
Isn't
be
that,
really nice.
Is that too late though? Do you think they're
Final
still?
Fantasy
I don't know,
14 is
dude.
still really
Like
popular.
Reborn
Yeah.
was.
Well, it's really
And
popular,
it
but
just
the
came
people.
out with the new
good.
DLC, the new
mean,
Heaven
that's
Reborn is
Sword.
coming, or
Yeah, I think it just came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say like when I think of big holes, right? It's like maybe like Overwatch, like maybe something with Blizzard, maybe
Right, like a beta first, like a console beta first.
only on
Hearthstone
Xbox,
on
for
Xbox.
consoles. Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like that.
You thief, Destin.
Ooh.
You stole Sean Loomis's suggestion, which is Hearthstone will be a timed console exclusive on Xbox One, and of course.
Are you calling his prediction
Free to
dumb?
No, I'm saying
you're like give us dumb
I
predictions.
said
You're
dumb
waiting.
or crazy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's totally possible. I would love to see. I mean, it's on iOS. It's
on
built,
everything
It's
else,
built really
yeah.
well for iOS. I don't see why Blizzard would not get that game on as many platforms as possible.
Yep.
It would totally work on console. Whether you have a cursor or you just like flicking through cards with your shuffle,
You know, they did the
shuffling.
They did the
shuffling
Magic
with
card
thumbstick.
games.
This would be
Flipping
using
through cards with your
a
shuffle.
shuffle thumbstick.
having played the Magic card games on Xbox, I just feel like Hearthstone would be a great fit on
Yeah.
that platform.
And they could come.
And the Magic games are rad.
Yeah.
Like those games are
Well,
great.
the
so-
last one was kind of butt.
Well,
but
many
first-
of them are
the
rad.
first few.
Many
For
of
as
them
long
are
as I've
rad.
worked here, they've been rad.
And Hearthstone could come along and crush it. I mean,
Yeah.
card packs for $10. Like I think day one when I played Hearthstone, I spent $30 on cards.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I spent 100 and
Yeah,
something.
man. Hearthstone's really good, and I would love to have it on my console while I have like competitive Hearthstone snapped into Twitch or something.
I mean, obviously Diablo came to consoles, but I feel like there's a gap for Blizzard to step in and say like, hey, we're obviously on PC still, but we're only on consoles for X,
Yeah.
and whatever it is. Hearthstone would be a really good get.
We talked about Smite earlier. Sean Gallagher says Microsoft's new IP will be a MOBA. Bold.
I feel like everybody's new IP is going to be MOBA this year.
They see the market size currently, and they're always about big new IP. I think the C3 will be all about Microsoft's first-party characters. Then the One More Game routine will show all the characters from earlier, duking it out in a MOBA. So an Xbox-themed MOBA.
Oh, that's interesting.
MOBAs are about playing roles, and Microsoft has a big enough library to do so now. It won't be Xbox exclusive, but Windows exclusive. That'll be the case for many Microsoft titles very soon. Because
that would be so smart.
The
do PC, Xbox One crossplay, and that would be so cool.
Yeah, like rather than, they're going to do a fighting game like PlayStation All-Stars. Like, do a MOBA where you can add new heroes all the time.
You know what just occurred to me is like, we're probably due for Mass Effect news. Like, I wonder if they could kind of go back to the old days and be like, guess what? Mass Effect is back on the Xbox platform.
That would be nuts.
Yeah.
If they robbed Sony of Mass Effect 4 or whatever
That's the only other thing I can think of that's like megaton crazy.
Really good.
Because I would imagine we're due for Mass Effect news at this E3. Maybe it's too early. I don't know.
I hope it's another presentation where people talk at the camera.
And just
I really enjoy that.
A real long dev diary.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Look at this action figure.
Well, but like, what are you supposed to do if a game's like that early in pre-production?
Don't talk about it. Just wait.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about on the show the survey that BioWare apparently sent out. Really detailed analysis of like what that game might actually be. So if that's all there, we might get a decent glimpse.
I avoided that survey. I didn't want to know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was probably wise because there's a lot of really detailed stuff about characters and planets and roles and what you're doing and how the game works that hopefully we'll get to see at E3.
That's like the one thing about this job. It's like I literally would not be doing my job if I tried to go into that game blind, like which is like a crazy. Because I would love to live in a world where I could just not watch any trailers and just like experience that game completely fresh.
I don't mind checking out trailers and stuff, but like when it's a survey and it's giving away plot details, that's kind of stuff I'm like.
Destin hates surveys. If there's one thing Destin doesn't like, it's when we don't explain Judges Week and surveys.
Those two things.
The two biggies.
Yeah. I don't think the MOBA will happen with Microsoft IPs only because they're backing Smite so hard. You know, it seems like Smite's their bet into the MOBA market. But that's definitely
a timed exclusive. We don't know how long it might be. A month, it might be 6 months, it might be a year. We have no idea.
But they're doing that thing where people are going to make that connection, Smite, Xbox One.
So Microsoft, I totally agree. I think Microsoft's work on that ends the moment that game is out. They don't have to promote it anymore. They can put it on the dashboard, and that's fine. But
also, like right now, everyone wants to figure out how to crack MOBAs on consoles.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that would be another thing, right? Imagine if they were like, League is on Xbox now. I don't know how the hell you would control it, but it's
impossible,
like, but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
sure,
that is like the caliber of MOBA they would need, and so the only way to do that, like, Smite will probably do well. It seems really cool, but like, I don't think it's like the gigantic thing that it would take for them to make it like their big push for MOBAs, because like they you know, like someone is going to crack MOBAs on consoles, like it will happen eventually somehow, and like because it's such a big, like there's no way there isn't somebody at Microsoft and somebody at Sony watching the numbers on League and Dota and not saying I want that, you know. So
40
like
million monthly users or something on
it's
League. It's like,
insane.
What?
That's insane. Yeah, that's like double what Sony has sold life to date of PS4s. Like, I mean, so.
And if it's free, like if it's pre-installed on every machine,
exactly,
that you sell, it's like, oh, the Xbox MOBA is just there. It's the first thing you see when you open it up.
And I just don't feel like Smite prevents that. You know, like I think like I agree there'd be a little weird to be like, oh, Smite, but never mind, look at this MOBA instead.
Sure.
But like it's worth it if they're looking at like those numbers.
Same as Tomb Raider being a viable franchise on PlayStation still, even though Uncharted is like the premier action adventure thing.
The problem is Xbox doesn't have the install base, so they're never going to get those 40 million concurrents.
That's the problem.
Yes.
You know?
Well, that's why they need to sell content. Like they need something that's going to give them that install base.
And the reason Minecraft blew up is because it can run on everything easily.
You
know, like even the worst laptop you have can probably run Minecraft.
Well, I feel like that would be the smartest move for Microsoft right now. Is like, okay, look, like because I don't even think we have Xbox numbers. Where Sony's
like
at like
fake,
20, and they're sold in rather than sold through.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Sony's at what, like 22.
Yeah.
So maybe Microsoft's solution is like, hey, you know where there are a lot of users? Steam. Like, guess what? Like PC and Xbox One crossplay for every game.
Yeah.
Like, or just for everything. Like, honestly, like I feel like that's how they move.
Awesome.
Like that is how you like make that ecosystem grow, right? Is to say
Halo
like
5 on PC.
Yeah, seriously. Like, so something like that too would be
That'd
crazy.
be awesome.
Yeah.
If it's cross-buy for everything, like I own Halo 5, so I just install it on Steam and I can just play with people on Xbox.
Yeah.
That'd
be really cool.
That'd be great.
Josh Previtt writes in and says, it will be revealed that Yacht Club Games is working on a new Battletoads game.
Ooh.
They are the developer of Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
They, obviously, I would assume that this suggests...
Or if Microsoft just bought them, like...
Man.
I got money on the brain.
That'd be a crazy purchase because Shovel Knight was their first game, I think. at least their first big one. And I don't know how well it did, but it was amazing.
It's amazing.
Shovel Knight's so good. And
I want to replay it on Vita. I want to replay it on
Xbox where you get some Battletoads.
I do. I want to
get
do all
some
that.
Kratos
Because I played it on DS and Wii U. So
Really?
I'll
Okay.
probably play it on Vita and Xbox One.
That'd be great, because Yacht Club is a dev that clearly gets retro games in a way
Mm-hmm.
that most people don't, where it's like, oh, it's got pixels. This
Yeah.
is like, I believe that this would run on an NES.
Yeah, and it's not like pandering like it is. It's not like, I don't know, there are no like cheap nostalgia things in it. Like it actually feels
Sure,
like an
yeah.
original, smart, like love letter
That's
to
a really
those,
good
to use a trite point.
Don't
But
use love.
I like to be as trite and cliche as possible.
Moving on to Shane V. Shane V has another really big, ambitious prediction. The Toys to Life market is almost to its saturation point, but I don't think Xbox will be able to resist. This is why I think Rare's next game is going to use Project Spark as a launching pad for an NFC title featuring the likes of Conker, Banjo, Battletoads, Viva Pinata, and possibly even Blinks. My man. With so many beloved characters to choose from, I see this as a logical step for Rare and one of Microsoft's big announcements at E3. Thanks. Keep up the great work.
That's cool. Don't use whatever that what is it called again?
Project Spark.
Spark. Don't use Spark for anything.
I totally agree. I think
Yeah.
that thing, like, there was a couple emails about like Blinks or Banjo coming to Spark via packs like Conker did, and I think that's totally feasible. But that, like, I just don't see
Man.
Spark as a game platform.
I hate how plausible that is because I feel
Yeah.
like it would be
It's
a
the
colossal
easiest way to do it.
Man, but like that NFC idea, like I just feel like it would crash and burn against Star Wars and like everything coming to Disney Infinity
Are you-
and
is you on
Amiibos.
fire?
Sorry.
Is that your
Netflix
ringtone? It's just like a sad
Ding dong.
funeral bell.
That's my text. Sorry about that.
You were saying.
No, I can totally like I agree with Sean B. That is
right.
a pretty lot. Like I can totally see them doing that, and I feel like it would be a huge mistake.
They invested a lot of money in the Spark, so
Yeah, and well, it's also just like right now, yeah, like when you look at Amiibos and when you look at Disney Infinity and Skylanders, it's like, yeah, like I can see wanting a piece of that as a first party investment. But oof, man, I can't see that. I love Banjo. I love Banjo almost as much as Marty. Like I would be super into that, but like, can you really imagine like those figures catching on in the way?
it wouldn't. Not if it goes through Spark.
So this
Spark's
is-
like super intimidating.
So
Yeah.
separate from Spark, like this is the other thing. We talk about consoles sold and the install base being large, but not that large. It's also a massive risk because if you are a first-party studio like Microsoft and you are limiting it to first-party properties, you are doing the opposite of what LEGO Dimensions is doing, which is saying they're casting the widest net possible for every franchise you can imagine. Portals, like what is it? Simpsons. They announced Back to the Future today. There's so many things.
So
There's
did
so much
Minecraft.
variety. If you're an Xbox game and it's Xbox only and it's Xbox characters, that's great for that audience, but you're not going to get a PlayStation person or a Skylanders person or a Disney Infinity person who can get all of their favorite franchises except Xbox. Like you're not going to get if it's just Xbox. So I think that presents a massive problem.
Yep.
Not to say it's impossible, but I just think that it would be a bad business move to focus on stuff like rare characters.
Is this like a bottle inside of a bottle? It's weird.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
It's like a
Water bottles are
Well, it just looks like it stores less water than it should. Like it
mystifying
frustrates
Andrew
me.
right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
You all right?
It's so you don't burn your hand when you put liquid inside of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Do people drink hot liquid? I guess obviously you can.
Hot or
That's-
cold.
That's interesting.
I never thought about that. Maybe I'll give that a try today.
Tell us about your favorite water bottles. Unlocked.
Unlocked at
IGN.com.
IGN.com. James Provinciali writes in. I think I got that.
Yeah, that was- wow.
James says, a new Halo Wars announced for Windows 10 to show its commitment to PC gaming. Microsoft does have a new strategy game an existing strategy franchise coming back, a beloved strategy game coming back. I maintain that it's Viva Pinata.
Yes, that sounds very
yeah.
likely.
James thinks it's going to be Halo Wars coming to Windows 10. And again, if everything is going to be synergized between Xbox One and Windows 10,
And Surface, like.
that could totally work.
But what about like Spartan Assault or whatever? Is that?
Those are
They
not,
have two of those, right?
Yeah.
Those are like twin stick action games.
No,
as
I
opposed
know,
to
but I'm just saying, like,
strategy.
are those like that felt like those didn't do well enough to justify doing a
Another Halo
non-Xbox? Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, obviously, once those came to Xbox, I assume they did a little better. But like, starting as a Surface only or a Windows only Halo spin-off
Yeah.
game, like, I don't know. And yeah, maybe RTS works in a way that twin stick shooters don't. But I feel like with Halo 5 and with Master Chief Collection still getting updates, I would be surprised to see them
The Halo
do
TV
Halo
show.
Wars. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it feels
It's
like
a
it would
lot.
split Halo so wide, and like how would Halo Wars on Windows 10 possibly get attention when everyone's talking about Halo 5?
And after Halo Wars like ended, that didn't go well for the companies involved or Microsoft. Like I don't think it sold that well. Like it did okay, but not fantastic.
There are people who love it. There are people who still play it. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's a
It was
great
awesome,
game.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a great
It's really
game.
good.
It's just the way that relationship ended was not.
I
pretty.
can see like later, like next year, I can totally see doing that and bringing it back someday. But I just feel like why would you do it in a year with Master Chief Collection and Halo 5 and all these other
So
things
maybe
happening?
don't. Samuel T. Jones makes the point that it'll probably be a 2016 game. Samuel got like 2 or 3 mentions in here today.
Wow.
Lots of good predictions
Congrats.
from Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel says Halo Wars is announced as the beloved strategy game that's making a comeback. It was hinted earlier in the year. This is based off the fact that it was teased in the Phantom Dust trailer last E3. There was a poster or something in the background of the Phantom Dust trailer that was just like Halo Wars. There was also a Gears of War one.
Interesting.
Ooh, we said interesting at the
Oh,
same
God.
time.
That's all we have time for today. Yeah.
Well, that is the last of our predictions. That's all
Awesome.
of them.
Wow.
Anything else from you guys? What are you looking forward to? I mean, we got a lot of emails from people about like Scalebound gameplay is going to be there. And we're going to finally see Quantum Break, and maybe Alan Wake will be a pre-order bonus, and hopefully
Yeah.
we're going to learn more about Fallout. Actually, we got so few emails about third party. It was all Microsoft.
Well, because everybody, that's the thing, right? Like, freaking everybody has their own press conference now. Like, like I would imagine that, like,
When's
if
yours?
Ubisoft is a big, mine was yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't come, and I was very
Oh,
offended.
man.
Yeah, I had a point. Oh,
I
it's
ruined
like it's like no one expects like a brand new Far Cry to be announced or whatever
Sure.
at anything other than the Ubisoft conference,
Sure.
you know. And like again, like I guess I said Mass Effect coming to Xbox exclusively
Yeah.
would be interesting, but like the game details itself are totally like they would be at EA, not at Microsoft, you know. So
It'll
I think
be like Mass Effect. Here's a brief presentation.
Right.
See more at EA's.
and that's exactly what happened with Hardline last year. There was, you know, then when you got to the Sony conference, it was here's like, okay, you saw multiplayer, here's campaign. or
I'm
whatever.
sure you'll see the same thing this year with Battlefront at
Yes,
Sony.
I
Like,
think
you
that
will
makes
get the
perfect
EA. I can't remember who's first, but you'll get probably the like big team battle stuff, like big scale Hoth map fight or something at EA, and then it'll go over to Sony, and you'll see the co-op, and you'll see a mission or something to that effect.
That makes sense.
So that's it.
Cool.
I think we did it, boys.
Dustin,
did it,
anything else
yeah.
to say about surveys?
So are there ballots, or like do you like fill out a form when you're done?
Yeah, I prefer a plastic water bottle to a metal one. I feel like the metal you get that tinny taste.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
metallic.
It feels like it's not probably good for you.
That's why I don't like using Go mugs for my coffee in the morning.
Go mugs?
Go mug, like a to-go.
Go mugs.
Like a to-go mug.
Yeah.
A mobile mug.
Mitch, have you ever used this to store like coffee or anything?
Never. I'm
hot?
gonna try it today. No, for coffee, it's gross.
to store. I like you
To
don't say
store.
to drink.
This is
to
my
store coffee.
vertical storage unit for liquid.
Oh, what a mess.
Man, so you can email all of your off-topic or video game-related questions, comments, love letters to unlocked@ign.com. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Mitchie D. Andrew is at Garfep. Destin is at Destin Legary. What are you guys working on this week that people should be paying attention to? You're doing House of Wolves all day, every day.
Well, I did House of Wolves all day yesterday, so all the clip outs from that are going live today throughout
it.
the day.
Okay.
So we did the story missions and Prison of Elders stuff, and then I'm going to do a few best way to plays. I did one on Witcher, some
Nice.
5 tips to like get you started. It's pretty spoiler free. I mean, people are really sensitive about spoilers though, so
I saw a monster!
I don't want to claim it's spoiler free, but I tried to like steer away from anything narrative driven.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway.
Instead of your scary funeral bell, I suggest having a clip of Mitch saying, I saw a monster as your text tone.
Okay.
I think that would be more appropriate.
That'd be great. What are you doing?
I'm
With your life now?
filling out tax forms and going
Moving-
to HR a
moving
lot.
from Texas?
Yeah, finding an apartment. Yeah, I will probably not be doing a ton this week other than like podcasts and stuff. But yeah, hopefully
Sure.
starting soon, leading up to E3, I'll have some stuff.
Cool. Check out my review for Life is Strange Episode 3. That went live this week. It's really, really, really good. That series continues to impress me after its first episode certainly did not. I'm also working on the review for Heroes of the Storm. That's a PC game, not an Xbox game. But if you care about MOBAs, just keep an eye out for that. Anything else? We
I
done
think
here?
that's it. I think we are.
Let's go get lunch.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
so
eat.
hungry, boys. We'll be back next week. Ryan and Marty will be back to talk about things that I don't know what they can talk about that they saw. So lots to keep secret.
The beautiful city of Santa Monica.
Monica was
There was a
great.
lot of smog when we flew in. That's my Marty impression. Yeah, thanks for having me. Maybe I'll
Anytime,
come
man.
back every
yeah,
so
we'll
often.
have you back for sure.
cool.
Yeah, guys, thanks again. Of
course.
Keep it locked. Podcast Unlocked, episode 196.
You have no idea how to outro this
No,
show.
I don't.
Wednesday.
No, I
Yeah.
was
Like, I
actually,
don't know what to
no,
do.
my
All right,
brain
just
was
turn it
like-
off.
My brain
Please
was on
turn off
fire.
your iPad.
I'm trying to remember details. For
Why? I
the-
don't know why I'd watch that on
I was trying to
iPad.
remember details for the live show, but I don't know if they're finalized yet. So, again, like we say this every week, next week we'll have information about Podcast Unlocked episode 200.
Yeah.
Yeah,
live
/ beyond
in San
400.
Francisco. Yeah, it's a combined event. We're going to have both shows back to back. It's in San Francisco. We're figuring out the date. We have a venue. We are locking down all the details.
I think there is a date.
There is. I don't know if it's public.
Get IGN Prime. It eradicates ads on IGN.com.
IGN.com/Prime. That's it. Keep it locked. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.